make my tracking sheet with me. First I start adding all my titles, then I resize the outer columns and rows to 75 pixels to create a clean border around the sheet. Next I add a few smaller columns. These are 25 pixels wide and I use them for checkboxes or as a little space between different sections of information. Once I've done this, I'll change the colour of the headers, resize the first 3 headers to 220 pixels, and then the last 2 headers in that one column, I'm going to resize that to 465 because they'll have more information underneath them. I'll add in a checkbox, then I'll add in a time column, format that column to time duration, then copy and paste these 2 columns across the sheet. Then I'll add my headers completed due, time spent, time remaining, and allocated time. I added some formulas to count the ticked and unticked boxes. That time spent adds up all of my time entries. Allocated time is entered manually. Then the time remaining is just allocated time minus time spent. I'll add all these formulas in the description box below so you don't have to worry about freezing the screen and trying to copy it out. Everything is formatted to duration and center aligned. Next, I add the days I'll be working on this project with a little space above and below to help everything sit nicely once I create the data boxes. Above all the information, I add a large space where I'll place my pie charts. I added 2 pie charts. The first one in orange is for completed versus to do, and the second one in red is for time spent versus time remaining. Then I add my daily time chart using a stacked area chart so I can visually track my motivation across the week. I then added an orange border around the edge, and then I used the cookie font to create my title at the top of the page. I add all the tasks I need to complete this week and remove checkboxes and time cells that didn't have a task assigned next to them. Since Google Sheets doesn't give you the option to rotate images, I use Photoshop to export PNGs in different positions. Once I had all my PNGs, I inserted an image and placed the images over the cells. I added all of the images I was going to use in one go, resized them and moved them around the document. I then selected the outer border because I didn't like this orange colour and I changed it to green. Now to test it, when I tick a box, the completed and to-do numbers update instantly and the pie chart changes with them. When the dark orange colour fills the whole pie chart, I'm done. When I enter my time, time spent and time remaining update automatically and the second pie chart reflects that. And when I enter how much time I've spent each day, the stacked area chart shows my productivity across the week. And that's it. That's how I use Google Sheets to track my time.